Hey guys, what's going on? I know I haven't made the video in a very long time, and I will explain why. I will update you on my life and everything that's been going on, and I've gone through like a lot of things recently, and I'll tell you the reason why I haven't been making videos and what's happening, in my life and in Moscow, and I'm still in Moscow. So as I'm taking a stroll through suburban Moscow, and this is one of my favorite places to walk around. It's on the outskirts of the city, and you see these like Soviet blocks everywhere. And as someone who was born in the Soviet Union, I still love, like, this is the place where that I love the most in the city. I hate downtown Moscow and I love this. But anyway, so the reason I haven't been making videos, one, I had eye surgery. It was a very difficult operation. I had a cornea transplant because I had something called keratoconus. So I was recovering from that for a very long time. I was like depressed and I didn't feel like making videos. Another reason why I haven't made videos is because I also have a Russian-speaking YouTube channel. Check this out. Look the condition of this apartment building. I mean, it's all screwed up. This was built in the 1980s, and still apartments here cost a huge amount of money, especially by Russian standards. But anyway, back to the reason I haven't been making videos. I still have a Russian channel on YouTube, and by the way, YouTube has been blocked in Russia, so no more YouTube. You can only exit through VPNs. They blocked it, so making videos is obviously way harder than before. But I had a huge amount of bullying on my Russian channel directed towards me. The reasons are stupid, and I guess by me returning to Russia, I became some kind of like statement apparently some people made, which is absolutely not true. I returned back here because I was born here, not because I was trying to make a political statement, which I wasn't. So they started bullying me. They made all these fakes. By the way, Russian language YouTube is very, very toxic. Obviously, the conflict that erupted was not a huge surprise because the amount of toxicity and anger that was present in Russian-speaking internet was insane even back in like 2018, 2019. I mean, the amount of angry people, I don't think anywhere in the world you would get the amount of angry comments, hate towards you, than you would get in Russian-speaking internet. But by Russian-speaking internet, I mean it could be anybody. It could be like, anyone in the world who speaks Russian could be, for the most part, writing it. But let me get back to another reason why I haven't been making videos, because I got tired of all of the, negativity that was present in my Russian-speaking channel. I mean, things got as bad as they doxed where I live, they called my parents. I mean, the usual, because the way they attack someone is made into a system with specific steps. This has happened to many people, not just me. But as someone who watches my English-speaking channel, you guys were probably not aware of that, because on my English-speaking channel I don't get any hate at all, because why would I haven't done anything to anyone, or anything remotely close to deserve any hate for anything. But apparently they thought that I did. So just be aware of that, that there's tons of anger and stupidity going on here. But by the way, I still enjoy these strolls a lot. So I've been watching the news from America, Donald Trump getting elected, which I think is a good thing, although I don't think any major changes are going to happen. honestly, because ever since I left California, I've lost complete belief in, you know, living in California as such. So here you see, this is a Russian, right here is a Russian ambulance. You see, we came to pick someone up. Maybe, you know, maybe this ambulance is taking someone to the psychiatric hospital, you know, because honestly, there is a lot of people here who could qualify for a stay in one. This is another apartment block. You know, so just enjoy this walk through Moscow. This is a very suburban outskirts of Moscow. Anyone who doesn't live here, I think, will be interesting. So I stopped making videos because I had eye surgery, because I got frustrated with all the hate from my Russian speaking channel, and I was upset at everything that's been going on in this country. The real estate situation here, you know, I was not able to buy an apartment that I wanted due to, you know, basically fraud in the real estate industry. And I was frustrated, you know, I'm not really happy with my life here. So I think that people in Russia have become very angry recently, very frustrated, very, like, you know, agitated, and they release this anger upon people, because I've been the object of several, like, I don't know what you call, like, conflicts, so to speak, that I had with people. And these conflicts, again, this was not like, I'm the child of the Soviet Union. I was born in the 80s. This was not going on back in the 80s, although the 90s was crazy. But I feel that you know, things have been kind of crazy here recently. I don't think things in Russia have been going in the right direction for a very long time. I'm unhappy with. They turned off Facebook, they turned off YouTube, they turned off Instagram, they turned off the money transfers, and I was not happy with how I was personally treated in many instances. So I'm literally, like, have been a bit looking for maybe living in a different place, or at least buying an apartment. By the way, this is what it looks like. Buying an apartment somewhere. I will be going to Minsk soon. I feel that, I don't know, like, another thing, for example, right? And I am certainly not gonna go back to California, because I hated that place with a passion and still do. But one difference that there was, that's connected to YouTube, because, for example, I like making YouTube videos, is the fact that even back in California, I could pretty much say whatever I want, right? So, for example, if you wanted to criticize anything in California, there's tons of things to criticize, right? Homeless and all that, it's fine. But in Russia, you cannot. You know, I mean, it's not that you cannot, but you are taking a risk, right? Like, when you criticize something, for example, even the smallest things, like concerning your own, you know, life. The freedom of speech here is restricted, to say the least. So you have to understand that I can't even say or talk about a lot of things that I want to talk about, and not necessarily those that are, like, whatever, you know, in violation of all of the crazy laws that they have enacted here. But even if it wasn't, apparently they like to, you know, even attach themselves to the smallest things that could border something that they don't like, and then they start going after you, which is obviously like kind of dumb, you know, because how would you fix anything if you forbid people to criticize anything? But apparently they decided that this is the best course of action. Back to the Soviet Union, Soviet Union 2.0. You know, I think that's what I would call this a bit. So, nonetheless, I still enjoy a lot of things in Russia. I find this place really interesting. You know, it's like almost a bit like going to some forbidden place and getting the inside look of it. But I was born here, you know, I'm not a foreigner. Honestly, it's funny because when I came here back in 2019, the thing that surprised me was how few foreigners were in Russia. I remember going to downtown Moscow and thinking, holy crap, I thought at least there would be some, like, I don't know, Italians, Germans, whatever. Nobody, just locals, just people from the former Soviet Union. And even if you go back from those days, there's even less foreigners now. Less. There was like one in a, I don't know, one time a year you would see a foreigner before, and now you would not see one for 3 years. I don't know, something like that. Again, not everything is bad, just like was not bad back in Soviet Union. You know, I had a happy childhood back in Soviet Union. It was happy, honestly. Even though we didn't have jack shit, excuse my French, and even, you know, buying a VCR was a luxury, it still was a unique experience. But it saddens me, you know, everything that's going on. I think it's become less safe here, definitely less safe. More expensive. But the good thing is, I think my eye surgery was somewhat of a success. And they gave me a contact lens, a scleral lens, which with which I have good vision, honestly. So I have good vision, first time in 20 years, you know, such as c'est la vie. That's good, right? So, you know, there's some good things and some bad things, but again, back to why I haven't been making videos is because I had been attacked on my Russian channel. It hurt because this attack came from my own country, which I was born in. I was attacked, you know, by people. I still don't get it, honestly, but, you know, this country is like that, unfortunately. There is good people here and there's bad people here, you know. But I feel that there's a lot of things here under the surface, right? Russia is a very tricky place, and I was born here, and I don't understand what the hell's going on here. Imagine, I don't think a foreigner has any chance to. It's even, for example, right, like this video that I'm making and the things that I tell you, I feel that I would get a much better reaction to my words on here than I would on my Russian channel, which is full of some kind of crazy, hateful people who are aggressive, and I feel that I cannot even share anything or, you know, say anything without being attacked. For what? God knows. I didn't do anything to anyone, but apparently they take it out on me. So there's a lot of things under the surface, you know, we're walking down the street, right? And you know, you see, it looks like a regular street with buildings and people, but only as a tourist, you know. If you were to go under the hood, so to speak, you would see a lot of things that are different. But this is in any country, you know. Any country. Like a Soviet joke that tourism is one thing, immigration is another, right? Don't confuse tourism with immigration. Old Soviet joke. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like. I'll try to make more videos. Sorry for being gone, but again, due to attacks of me on my Russian channel, I, you know, have been very kind of psychologically damaged from that. And yeah. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.